You're listening to Hackneyed, a weekly podcast where my friend Skye Ferguson
and I said, oh, Maghreb. And he was like, fuck it, Arabi.
And I
felt like my credit score had improved, my hair was healthier, I doubled my salary.
get to know each other better while sharing stories and lessons learned while living in London's trendiest borough.
Sorry, are you in touch with a lawyer?
I'm your co-host and rusty car enthusiast, Aidyn Gilbert.
My last attempt with him was like, well, hopefully we can... Oof, Aidyn.
Along the way, we'll discuss our world's hottest topics, such as American politics,
The cultural shift that's happening in America under our second Trump presidency is kind of what happened under Bush in the 2000s.
wine from Little,
She's like, you're not wasted. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm wasted.
and of course, the latest chart toppers. Haven't had enough of Hackneyed Podcast yet? Well, we've now gone video. Stream our gorgeous faces in crystal clear HD on YouTube and Spotify video.
Annette. Oh, hello, my name is Annette.
Hello.
Hello. Tout à fait comment?
Do you like that on the boat?
Oh, that's a prescient to bring up the boat trip tonight, isn't it?
We've been invited for dinner at Neris's. Mm-hmm. And the miracle comes in because Neris has now heard the episode
Yeah.
when everyone was like, is Neris okay after hearing the episode? And Aidyn was like, she'll never listen to it.
And then she did. I'm hoping she's got to the apology by now.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just be recounting it tonight.
We'll play it to her
Yeah,
later.
I'll cue it up on the Sonos.
You, me, Neris, and two straight boys.
We're doing sort of like a...
Community work.
Yeah, it's like an exposure therapy tonight for you.
So, Aidyn did a solo ep.
I did.
I was like, I don't know who to be jealous of. I'm jealous and I don't know who. Am I jealous of me? Am I jealous of you?
Also, I pitched that to you over WhatsApp.
No. I'm not mad about it. I had feelings when I watched it.
Yeah.
Mostly my feeling was, can't wait to do my solo ep.
Yeah.
You just leave the equipment here tonight and I will be recording.
You should record a solo ep while I'm in Berlin end of July, and that one can go out the weekend while I'm still there.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
It'll just be me like this.
No, I'll set all the equipment up and then like leave the house.
But no, it was good. You held your own, baby.
I did what I could.
We loved the listener call-in.
Those were great. Thank
They
you
were
guys.
good.
They were really good.
And I have to say, when I went on YouTube to watch, our YouTube views have been doubling each week.
I don't want to discredit it not just being the high quality, but there's a copyright claim on that for when I play the full clip of I Got It Bad by Addison Rae when I'm giving examples of how bad her last EP was.
Right, claim.
But I believe it's within fair use because we're reviewing her work.
Sorry, are you in touch with a lawyer?
I'm in a fair use dispute with YouTube right now, so I don't know if that's like now their AI is rewatching the video to see.
Funny. Well, keep it up, baby.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
just keep fair use disputing the rest of our episodes.
But no, we love the solo ep. But the reason I wanted to bring it back was because you told everyone that you got railed.
I did, but then I cut that part
Oh,
when I published. No, we can talk. I think it felt very gratuitous for me to do that by myself.
did also go from a really cute voice note from me and the three 10-year-olds
Yeah,
that I was
I got
camping with to you being like, I got railed, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I moved the whole section around. I think it's more fun if I tell you the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
Well, so the great part is, Grindr hookups are always a little bit. There's so many different ways in which it can fail. The person can ghost you. The person can cancel on you. You can arrive at the person. They can send you away.
I would never recover.
No, exactly. That would be the end.
I would just throw my phone in a pond. And
Yeah, just go full Amish.
Yeah.
Yeah, unplug the
Just
phone.
me and the plants.
Yeah, you and the plants up in Mickleton. Yeah.
We're done.
Or at its most kind of whatever you can go, just have a bad hookup and it feel very weird. And it's the Wednesday everyone's leaving for Glastonbury.
Someone's feeling sad.
I just, it had been, I hadn't
Have the tops returned from Primavera Sound?
I guess so. Jack and I were talking about this on Sunday. He was like, I have fully done the admin ready to be that and had Tops cancel me twice in the last 2 weeks. And that is tried at the Hague level crime. If you let that poor bottom get all ready to go and then cancel on them. Foul play. So it's a Wednesday evening. I've had fun little dinner with some of the girls. It was lovely. I get home. Ree's out on a date. She's having a great time. So I get online and I see someone I know who I've been on a couple of dates with that didn't really go anywhere, is online. And I message him and I say, I am climbing the walls right now, name redacted. He was like, do you want to come over? And I'm like, I'm on a Lime bike.
Because there's no Mini.
Well, because it's late at night and I've been drinking. I'm not going to take the Mini out.
Well done, that's what I like to hear.
It's a very gentle, I got a very gentle railing.
Have you railed before with this person?
No, first time.
Oh, cute.
And it was well done. Well done, name redacted. Clapton Square.
Convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. And afterwards, I felt like my credit score had improved. My hair was healthier. I doubled my salary. You know, the black mold had left the bathroom ceiling. Like, everything was back online.
I love that.
But I was saying to everyone, he's done a community service, because honestly, I was becoming such a like grumpy, ratty bitch.
Oh, we love this guy.
Yeah, well done.
And then, wait, how does it work now? This was just a hookup.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it.
We don't expect anything else.
No.
Love that, but I have got a question. It's about Ree. Because yesterday she just put a story being like, fucking men.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's that endemic game of dating
I don't know how
where
to text.
it's trying to get to the second or third event
Face.
becomes, you know,
Yes.
becomes as more difficult than resurrecting a dead language or something.
That is a really good one. You're funny today.
Hey!
The black mold leaving the ceiling was, I was like, sorry, but write this down.
I was so tempted to write it up into a stand-up
Because
bit.
what you just said was funny. It's fine. We got it on tape. You can just copy it.
The other thing is, and I said this on my solo app, we're all so busy. Like, everyone is genuinely so scheduled.
Tell me about it.
You know, we've got dinner tonight. Tomorrow's Pride. Sunday is, I'm probably going to be in recovery. Monday, it starts all over again with work, and
I couldn't even get a work lunch until the end of January.
to the end of January. Well, it's like Martin Shivers is like booked until. Just getting running out of alcohol.
That's another one right there.
Oh.
Let's open our next ones before we get into Martin.
Yeah.
Lovely Martin.
Lovely Martin. He's great for like a recurring event. Unfortunately, we tried for a very long time to have a sewing circle that was me, him, and Arthur.
Yeah.
And that
Did not.
Well, it just turned into Arthur and I could never make it on a Tuesday kind of a thing. We had this really glorious honeymoon period where Martin had just moved into the flat he's in now, which is about a 20-minute, 15, probably even quicker minute walk from ours. And so he used to be coming over almost every week and would just haphazardly cook Rhea and I dinner, or would come around with bits and bubbles, and it was heaven. So Martin, please do that again. I know you're now trad wifing for Andrew because he's moved in, but Rhea and I still need a boyfriend to come and cook us dinner.
Quite. Oh, I need us to check back in on Singles Night Guy. Is he still in Scotland?
Singles night guy. Oh.
Bye, guy.
Yeah, bye guy. Okay,
Probably
well,
got a f***ing girlfriend by now.
I know, up in Scotland. I would say it would be on and off like every 2.5 to 3 weeks. I'd get like 7 replies from him, and then he'd go quiet again. The last one was like I don't know if this is a TMI. It was like you don't happen to have gonorrhea, because I just did a clinic check.
Oh, let me just... No,
Yeah.
not me.
Also, his last messages were very like, well, there's definitely no flat lined up for me in London right now, and I
he's
want
not
to
even in
travel,
London.
so I don't think my last attempt with him was like, well, hopefully we can. Oh, Aidyn. It's like, hopefully we can fool around again before you go continental, because he's talking about traveling to like Spain and Portugal and whatever, and he just put a love heart reaction to it. So.
Whatever, we don't need him anymore anyway. Julia hates it when I say this, but guys, I've had one moth and I'm wasted.
Why does Julia hate it when you say this?
Because I always have one drink and I go, I'm wasted. She's like, you're not wasted. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm wasted.
Is that because Julia's the drinker out of the two of you?
Oh, yes. Everyone's the drinker out of the two
That's
of
my
us.
girl.
Julia's like 10 pints in, like, what are you talking about? Also,
Julia's brewing her own vodka behind the bar. She's got her own distillery. She's like, you're not drunk yet, bitch.
And I've had one little pink gin fizz.
That's me if I have wine on an empty stomach. I get 2 glasses and I'm like, ah!
Guys, if you're wondering why I haven't moved this ugly package from behind me,
we're going to do an unboxing.
we're going to do an unboxing of my TikTok shop order.
Oh my God,
that
not
I can't
spawn.
remember what's in here. So,
Oh, perfect. Keep me alive.
we're going... This is for you to go to the ponds. That's funny. We're going to a festival in Portugal, which is on a river. So it like blows up either end, and then you've just got a net.
Oh, hello, my name is Annette.
And you're floating.
Gorgeous.
You can borrow
perfect.
that.
Yeah, keep me safe.
So I got 2 of those.
Oh, mother-son pair.
Blue and pink.
Yeah.
This was because
Not the glasses.
I needed to spend £2 because I wanted free delivery. Sorry, but you look good in those.
Ooh.
I think you might need to keep those.
Ooh.
You have to give the float back.
Look at them ripping off that Dyson design.
100, baby. Oh, that's not bad, you know?
But you know, that's what, like, do you know how many people
Died to make this fan.
Well, you know, there's all those optimize your life videos about how to set up like weird, shady forms of passive income.
Yes.
You know, like straight guys get on YouTube and they tell you how to like start buying houses and flipping them and start renting them and all that kind of shit. There's a whole other world of just
Drop
you
shipping.
become, basically you just become like a weird distributor of cheap shit out of China for TikTok shop.
And
That's the best part when I have to do those TikTok shop interviews with like this huge seller in the home and garden, you know, and I have to be like, wow, it's amazing your entrepreneurial spirit. And bubbling under the surface is the fact that these fuckers are just importing cheap shit
from China.
And putting a markup on it and whacking a, you know, some kind of sales campaign on top.
Love it when he gets serious and talks about work. Do you know what this is? Feel it.
Oh.
Like, I know you're the presenter, but I don't think you really get on it, do you?
No.
So apparently, get under, babe.
Oh.
This is the cooling blanket.
Ooh.
Apparently it makes you cool. That is actually nice, isn't it?
Let's get an affiliate link set up for us with the seller.
But guys, I don't want to be one of those people, but you need to get one of these. I don't know what's happening under here.
It's just a bit unattractive is the problem.
Oh, it's hideous.
Yeah.
But what's it doing?
So
Why is it cool?
there's different like materials that can conduct heat energy.
Okay.
So all it's doing is conducting the heat energy really quickly off of our skin. So what you feel is the heat energy leaving off the surface of your skin.
I'm blown away.
We're learning a lot today.
We're learning a lot.
That's how a fridge works. Freon gas gets pumped into the sort of the elements of the fridge, and then as it's released, because it's really conductive of heat energy, it pulls all the heat away with it, which creates this feeling of cold.
What have you been taking your Ritalin today? What the is going on?
That's the only thing I remember from
science.
physics class was how refrigeration works.
Okay, hate to bring it up, but shall we talk about it?
Glastonbury? Yeah.
So the whole time, all year, all of last year, I was like, I'm going to go to Glastonbury. And then I didn't get a ticket in the first round, didn't get a ticket in the second round, but I was still like,
Holding
I'm going.
hope.
I don't know how, but I'm going. And I entered every competition, didn't win, but I was still like, I'm going, but I'm not sure how because I'm not actually doing anything towards
Manifesting.
getting a ticket. I was just manifesting.
And I mean, that story of Kate with the 17,000 pound glamping that she got down to 11,000 pounds. Also, side note, got roasted by Hot Dan for my failure to divide 11,000 in half.
What did we say? 5 each?
No, I just go, oh, wow, so that's 6,500 per person. No, that's 13,000 in total aid. And you added $1,000. No, you added $2,000.
But either way, yeah, at one point we were going to spend a lot of...
You were going to spend a lot of money.
Well...
No, you
I
never
was
were.
never gonna spend that much
But you could
money.
afford to.
I could. Never could buy a house in the end, but... That's
Yeah.
about half of my house deposit. So do the maths. There's not much house deposit, guys. Yeah. It got to the week. I was like, okay, I'm not going. I'm just
Yeah.
going to have to like accept this.
Yeah.
And then on Monday night, my sister was like, okay, do you want to come? And she was like, Caitlin's
yeah.
really sick. She can't come. And I was like, do you know what? F it. That's a really easy one for me to slot into. I get to camp
Yeah.
with our family friends, like blah, blah, blah.
Perfect.
I was like, okay, yeah, I do want to come. Which is not very me to do something naughty like that.
I know,
Getting
you're
in trouble.
so scared of getting in trouble. I would have been,
So scared.
I would have had no qualms.
I mean, I've got friends who've gone in as like other genders. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to look like Caitlin. I don't, but it wasn't a terrible.
You look very pretty.
Could have been worse, you know. Caitlin obviously wasn't sure because she really wanted to go. Of course she did.
So she's waiting till the last minute.
Then she's like, actually, no, I am going to go. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I was never going. And then Tuesday morning, I make peace. I'm not going. And Tuesday morning, I woke up and Caitlin was like, I'm so sorry I messed you around, but I can't go. I'm too sick. And I was like, I obviously felt bad for
Short
Caitlin.
notice, too.
But I'm going. So lucky for me, I just had everything. I think it was better without the build-up. I was nervous because I was like, I just hate getting in trouble. So I was like, if they go, you're not Caitlin, what am I going to do? Go red and cry? Probably. My sister was giving me like a drama workshop the night before.
Oh my God.
And she was like, imagine this is you.
She's teaching you Meisner.
Yeah. This is you. She's like, you are Caitlin for the next no.
Yeah,
She's like, imagine it is you on the ticket and they say it's not you.
Yeah.
Fuming. She was like, yes, channel fuming.
Oh, okay. All right.
She was like, if they
She's doing
question
sense
you,
memory.
we get to the gates. And I think also because it was me, I almost didn't have time to be nervous. Like, I couldn't be nervous. So my sister was like...
This is what... Yeah, I remember Sedona saying in her voice that
like,
she shouldered all of the nerves.
She was like, I held all... Because I was just like, I don't have time for that right now. Because I'm
But that's a good way to do it. Yeah, displace the nerves.
And my sister had said to me, I was like, if there's a choice, like, who do I pick? And she was like, the youngest person. And I was like, that's clever.
What do you mean?
Like, the youngest person working there is probably less likely to question you.
Yeah.
Older lady on the right, 2 young people on the left. And I was just like, okay, go to the young people. So I just like strolling over, hand over my ticket, but can't really look at them. Like trying to be cash and chat to them, but I can't really look at them. Then this is how I feel it went. She looks at the picture, she looks at me, she looks at the picture, and she just goes, it's fine.
She knew.
She knew.
Yeah.
And then I get to
Because a girl would be more...
on it.
Yeah. She'd be paying close attention to the detail of the picture. Yeah.
And then I had to stand alone. I can send you a photo of this just for about 15 minutes just to compose.
Oh, you had to just go
There was
and
no,
cool
like,
down for
celebration.
15 minutes?
We were just like standing apart, just calming down.
You're so funny, Skye. You're so funny.
So yeah, I was a lucky girl, the stars aligned, and I had a fantastic time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
You want the bit burger, yeah?
We're going to have to play the bit burger for them.
You want the bit burger, yeah? Well, I have had the cycling nightmare of my life.
Pray tell.
So I've sent the Mini in. She's getting tuned up. So I'm without car for probably about a week and a half. So I resurrected my women's Raleigh, my 1986.
women's rights.
I've resurrected my women's
Where
rights.
did is she the one that you used to ride?
It's the only bike I've ever had in. Woo! The only
That would be a shock horror.
I bought her in Trowbridge in 2021, and I misread the price tag, and that ended up being the best haggling I've ever done in my life. The guy wanted $175 for it or something, and I offered him £90. I don't know how. Guys, try and figure out how the hell I got there from that price. I don't
Who was
know.
it that messaged you about the bad maths?
Hot Dan, you have to
Work out
how I did. I got 75 pounds off. So work that back from whatever, I don't know. So I get her, I'm back at my parents'. It's a hot summer's evening. I'm like, all right, the Mini's gone, but my bike's here. I'll like get her off the rack in the garage, and I've got wheels, baby. I can go to Sainsbury's. I can, cycle up to Bradford-on-Avon, and like, oh, it'll be so cute. The weather's sunny. Yeah, beautiful. Obviously, the tires are as flat as a pancake. So then I'm going around my dad's garage trying to find a bike pump. I can't find one anywhere. So I go buy a little mini one from Argos. Come to find out, he had a mini bike pump on his bike. I'm a dumb bitch. So in the process of trying to reinflate the rear wheel, I snapped the valve on the rear wheel inner tube. And I'm like, okay, great. So back to Argos we go.
Do you know how to change that?
I do know how to do an inner tube. It's the worst job in the world because you have to like lever the whole tire off, peel out the inner tube, and then my dad, as he was telling me, he's like, well, no, remember, Aidyn, you've got to fill the inner tube a little bit with air so then you don't puncture it while you're trying to get it back on the bicycle. My dad does not speak like this
Is your dad Jason Statham?
My dad is Jason Statham.
Another
my dad is
real
not from the
plot
East
twist
End.
today.
My dad's Mancunian, so it'd be like...
Get that cooling back.
Get that right back. No, I cannot do Northern.
Manchester. Geordie night from Manchester.
Keep the change, cock.
Keep the change, cock.
So I snapped the inner tube. Argos can't get me an inner tube until the next day. So I'm like, me. Halfords is all the way the other side of Trowbridge, like a 40-minute walk across Trowbridge
to
get
is there
to.
Do that?
Well, exactly. And every other bike shop's closed because Trowbridge is just this black hole of economic success. Nothing will ever take off in that. I hate that town.
It is a horrible town. I know quite a lot of people that live there, though.
It's horrible. I'm like, maybe they'll change the inner tube for me at Halford. So I wheel the fucking bike 38 minutes across town. Yeah, I wait 20 minutes at the desk for the guy to come and be like, yeah, we won't be able to get around to it today. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll buy the inner tube. I'll walk my ass with the bike. Like wheeling a bike all the way 40 minutes back.
Yeah, that's bad.
So, all right, count it. This is inner tube number 2. Fit it to the bike. It's about 1 p.m. I'm like, great. Finish up my rest of the work for the day. I'm like, I'm going to go cycle to one of our favorite pubs in Avon-Cliff. I'm going to have a nice little cider, turn around, and I'll cycle back home. It'll be lovely. Get an exercise in. Great. I cycle there. The Cross Guns is closed. I'm like, okay, fine.
I think I've been there.
It's lovely. Right on the river. Yeah, beautiful. So I'm like, all right, I'll go to this other pub nearby. So Turley is this other tiny village above from Avon, because the Avon Valley is very steep and the river runs through it. And so it's up this hill, and I'm like, okay, great, we'll do a big hill climb. And I almost...
On the new bike.
I hill climb up. I almost die, but I do it. I'm like, yeah, fitness, yeah. And then I forget that the last hill in Turley is even fucking steeper, and so I'm a little bitch. I get off and I wheel it the rest of the way up.
Because you've got free will, baby.
Because I have free will. So on the way back home, I pop the tire again on the rocky road on the towpath. Rocky road! And I get back to the house. I'm like, me. All right, I have a patch kit. Let me try and patch the tube. Try and patch the tube. Unsuccessful. She's not holding any air.
A lot has happened to you in this day and you're alone. If I was alone for a whole day, well, like today, I just watched Love Island.
And that's what I should have done. It would have been more productive. I should have just been happy with the inner tube, cycled to Sainsbury's to get bits for dinner, left it in the garage, and just not tried all of this shit. So I leave back to London the next morning. I'm like, it's going to be so miserable to have to wheel this bike all the way to the station, all the way from Whitechapel or, the overground back to mine. So I get up early enough. I get my mom's old bike out of the garage, which is too, short for me. So I'm like crippling my knees trying to cycle back to Halfords. Don't pay attention at the inner tube I'm picking up out of the bin. Pay for it, come home. It's like way too big of a diameter to go on the tire. And I'm like, we're T-minus an hour 30 till I have to leave. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I will force this inner tube in and just make it work. And then when I get back to London, I'll like go to a bike shop and have a better one put in.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. So this is inner tube number 3. This is attempt number 3 to replace it by myself. I'm there with I get it all in, and just as I'm about to get the last bits of it in, I tear the inner tube with the tool I'm using. And I'm like, this is it.
This is why I would always just pay somebody to do something for me.
I would have loved to pay someone. The amount of money I sunk into inner tubes, into patch kits, I could have had, it's £10 for Halfords to change your inner tube. Like, I don't know why it's always that thing when you go look at the booking and they're like, yeah, so 2 days from now.
And you're like, I don't have 2 days.
I don't have 2 days.
I live in London.
Also, no one cycles in Trowbridge. What are all these inner tube bookings you have, Halfords? You are lying. You just do not want to replace my inner tube. So I brought it to Baffles. Baffles? How would you pronounce this? Balfs. And then I was really pedantic. There's this, because it's a vintage bike and like the parts of it aren't made anymore. So there's this lovely little like plastic clip that goes over the wheel nuts so that they like aren't exposed. It's nice. They'd like taken it off. I get all the way home. It's not there. So I cycle all the way back. I say, where the is my bicycle nut cover? And then
where is my nut cover?
Yeah. And then the tech comes out with the grumpiest look on his face and he's found it. I was like, yeah, that's right. You give me that back, bitch.
Oh my God, you're going to hate my story. My bike had been in storage for about a year. I just took it round the corner. Some lovely old man. He didn't speak English. I had no idea what was happening, but it was £50. And I just said, call me when it's ready. And he called me in an hour. Wait, I need to know where you all fucking went swimming. And it looked so nice.
Oh.
And none of you will tell me.
Oh, we should go.
Yeah, I want to go.
We should go again. We were right at the top of the River Lee.
It looked love.
We were like that Adele song. The River Lee is in my legs, it's in my bones. And out it
to the rain.
Have you ever heard the River Lee?
No, never.
Not her best lyric. We're just going to sit here for a while. Yep. Ooh, was it sewage? You were in Tottenham, honey. It's not clean in Tottenham.
Get out of the river.
Yeah.
In my life, I've never heard that song.
Here we go. It's in my roots. It's in my boots. Another copyright strike for me playing a full minute of the River Lee.
God, but we'll get loads of YouTube views.
Hey.
Guys, I didn't even talk about this because of all the Glastonbury excitement, but the reason I'm wearing Cowboy Carter merch...
You saw Bay.
I saw Bay in
just before
Paris.
you went to Glasgow.
Just before I went. I've never been to Paris. It's so nice.
Really?
Have you been?
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely?
Paris is beautiful.
So the rumors are true.
Yalla Habibi.
Yalla Habibi. Oh my God, I blew everybody's socks off though, because we got in the taxi and the guy was really, really grumpy. And then we were like, chat. And then someone said, where are you from? And he said, Morocco. And I said, oh, Maghreb in Arabic. And he was like, Taki Arabi. And anyway, we started talking in Arabic. It was obviously basic, but he was fucking loving it. They were fucking loving it.
Look at you. She got to flex her Arabic muscles.
I was Arabic all weekend. Everyone was Moroccan. Yeah, I just started talking to them in Arabic. Went to the fruit stall. Chat.
Oh, look at you.
I know, more Arabic than I've ever spoken in Arabia.
Internationale.
Oh,
You saw Gracie.
I didn't see Gracie.
You didn't see Gracie.
But I did see Olivia Rodrigo.
How was she?
Stunning. She was amazing. And then she was like, oh my God, so the thing about me, I love British guys. And there's a special British guy here tonight. Welcome to the stage, Rob. Obviously, I thought she was going to say Robbie Williams. And
No.
I nearly died.
There's no way in hell Olivia Rodrigo knows who Robbie Williams is.
Well, do you know who she did bring out? And I had to write it down because I don't know his name.
Rod Stewart?
Robert Smith from The Cure.
Oh.
Well, it was actually really smart because all the parents who'd had to bring their 12-year-olds were then dying.
Yeah.
But guys, I thought it was going to be Robbie Williams and it wasn't.
No.
Luckily for everyone, me having gone to Glastonbury means I don't need to go to Latvia to see Robbie Williams anymore.
Okay, that's good.
I want to. If anyone wants to come with me.
No.
No one wants to come.
If it were someone I had any more of a connection with than Robbie Williams, I would go. But he's nothing for... Like, I don't
Americans
dislike
do
him.
not
but
know about him.
Yeah, we do not know about him.
Okay, well, if you're listening
Yeah.
and you want to come
To
on a
Latvia.
trip, it doesn't have to be Latvia. We could go anywhere in Europe in the next 3 months.
Okay.
Because I would like to go.
Girls, listen. You bringing up Olivia Rodrigo, unfortunately for you, opens up another opening for me to start talking about the state of current pop music. Because the whole first Olivia Rodrigo album's about Sabrina Carpenter.
No.
Yeah.
And I love that album.
Yeah, like Driver's License is about the man that Sabrina took from her. The way Olivia's kind of put the brakes on a little bit. I think she's waiting to see the next move out of Sabrina.
But are they not friends?
No, absolutely not. They're both ex-Disney girls, like...
Well, I've got to say, I think Sabrina is doing the sexy girl thing better than Olivia. For me, Olivia was like, you know when someone's like just started swearing and they're like, she was like, fuck. And I was like, you're 12, stop saying fuck, it's embarrassing.
Well, yes, but also, I don't think Olivia's ever tried to do sex.
Okay, not sex, but swearing.
Do you remember there was the thing with Sabrina Carpenter where she was like, the BBC wanted to censor my song because I say a whatever in it. And she's like, well, do you know what kind of BBC I like?
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
I just can't believe she went out with that ugly man from Saltburn, to be honest.
know.
I mean, he's an amazing actor and he has been in some amazing films, but...
It'll be interesting to see where this album goes because I think my critique of like the lyrics of Manchild is, it's a little wine mom. What is it? Is it stupid? Maybe it's slow. Maybe there's a better word for it. I know you're a man child. And it's like, God, my husband, he is such a man child sometimes and he forgets to bring home the,
So who wins, Olivia or Sabrina?
Sabrina's winning at the moment, obviously. She's winning everything. Like
Hello, Olivia just headlined Pyramid Stage.
Sabrina's also kind of leading the cultural shift that's happening in America under our second Trump presidency is kind of what happened under Bush in the 2000s, where everything suddenly recalibrated back to very traditional Americana. I mean, that's ever so slightly the reason why Beyonce went country for Act 2. Sabrina, everything's going a little bit more trad wifey, and Sabrina Carpenter's perfect because she's a little bit like saucy and sexual. The gays will be like, oh yeah, I suck cock too, and then all the conservative, housewives who think they're like they have agency, but they still voted for Trump, can be like, oh yeah, my husband, he's such a man-child, and I like that Sabrina Carpenter, you know, she's funny. She's kind of skating the two camps right now as American pop culture fully rears back into like traditional Bush era sort of jingoism.
Heard it here first, guys. I'm just too drunk to talk now.
Well, I like my men all incompetent, and I like my men playing hard to get. This is a man-child, Sabrina Carpenter.
From me
Yep.
and my cooling blanket
I think we're gonna have to revoke our review on her because she is.
and my co-host,
Hello.
we would like to say thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you to everyone who submitted voice notes. We could have said more, but like,
I've got some shout outs.
yeah.
Zoe in Australia, she has got 2 little twin girls and she is currently breastfeeding a little baby, and she said that she's loving the pod. She listens, and I said, oh my god, you're so sweet, I can't believe you listen. And she said, if it was shit I wouldn't have carried on, but it's actually really funny, and I laughed my whole way through. I
That's
laughed the whole way
very
through.
cute.
That's
I
very
love
cute.
to hear that.
So hi Zoe.
Hi Zoe. I want to say thanks to Martin, to Jack, to Andrew and Bennett and Alex Simpson and Alex Theoclitu and Sedona, who I don't think and Skye, obviously, for submitting voice notes. That was very sweet. And Alex Simpson, you sent me a screenshot of a message of someone saying, first time, I guess it'll be the first time I listen to the pod, and you cropped out the image of who the person was. You need to tell me who that was.
Naughty. Tell us who it is. Also, one last shout out to my mum's neighbours, Joe and Al, who are on a, I want to say retirement gap year, but also they're not that old, so forgive me if I've got that wrong. They said they listen to us in the car all around Italy. How nice is that?
Oh my God.
So Joe and Al, we love you. And also my friend Zurika was like, blah, blah, blah. I listened to the podcast and I just thought, I didn't even know you were online. So nice.
You're like, I thought you had dial-up.
Yeah, I had done it, but I thought you were gonna. I was faxing you an invite.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are listening, guys. Also, send us voice notes.
We'd love
Send
to
us
hear from you.
messages.
All right, bye guys.
We gotta go for dinner. We'll let you know how it goes.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Like Diet Prada said, they don't want to see any stars or stripes this 4th of July because America has been a bit of a bitch at the moment.
Yeah, not happy 4th of July. It just is 4th of July, and I'm wearing my American shirt.
Exactly. All right.
Bye.
I look like Mariah Carey in that music video. I don't know what it is, but I'll put a little clip. Yeah. All right. Bye.